I'm sending him a 4-page letter. I enclosed it with the kiss. I know you better get it on time.
Good risings, good people. How are we? Leave it down in the comment section below because I would love to know. I'm talking a little low today. When I edit this, I might like up the volume because everybody's taking a nap. So I was like, you know what, let me take advantage of this time and film my 3rd trimester recap video. I know it's been a little minute. We had some technical difficulties. Once we get back to vlogging and stuff like that, y'all will see the behind the scenes of that. We're back up and running, in action. So yeah, I was like, let me go ahead and give the girlies the third trimester recap. Baby girl is in my lap. I'm not even gonna move her because if I move her, she's gonna wake up. She's going through her 4-month sleep regression. So whatever gets my baby to sleep so that she can be well rested and in a good mood, that's what this mama is gonna do, okay? So yeah, I already did my eyebrows. I carved them out with the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define at the bottom and Fenty up at the top. So now I'm going to prime my face. I have been using the Milani Green Goddess. I might dibble and dabble into the e.l.f. Putty Primer. I haven't used it in a while. But yeah, I'm just gonna use this. And today's video might be a little lengthy, okay? Because the 3rd trimester girl, listen, honey, it was a lot. And I'm actually gonna prime my eyes as well because I was actually thinking about doing like a halo eye. Like, do the girls even do that anymore? Or just some sort of like fall look? Because, you know, my household is sleeping and taking a nap. So if there's any time that I'm going to be able to kind of play in makeup, now would be that time. If I can even find my eye primer. Found it. I'm using the, there's a feather. I'm using the NYX Shadow and Liner Primer. Just looks like this. We're just gonna prime the eyelids. Let me get my phone so we can go through these notes, y'all. And I wanted to talk about a couple of things that I left out of previous videos. And not like really talk about them, but just kind of mention them. Like I said, it's been a minute now, so it's been like literally a year since, well, almost a year since I found out I was pregnant. So whew, these 3rd trimester notes are so long. Like, this might be a 2-parter, y'all. I'm not even gonna hold you because it's like my notes, and this isn't even everything. Like, it's not even everything. So all right, and of course I'm going to insert pictures, videos, whatever I have. So about my 1st trimester that I left out, my nips started swelling up. So I had to take my piercings out. And like, when I tell you guys that was some of the worst pain, that was genuinely some of the worst pain. I was literally crying trying to get them off, and like they had swollen. So like it was extremely difficult to get them off. Like extremely like I can't even really put into words. It was painful, y'all. My typical like bronzer combo that I usually do in my eye crease, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So the Burkina and Fulani out of the not modern Renaissance, out of the Juvia's Place Masquerade palette. Baby girl hears me talking, so she's kind of sort of like in and out of sleep. So yeah, we're trying, y'all. We're trying. My 1st trimester, I was like swelling really bad in my girls area. And so yeah, getting those piercings out was extremely difficult. Again, this is all my experience. Like, I know some girlies keep them in and don't have any issues and can breastfeed with them and like everything. And ultimately that was my plan, was to like, well, I didn't plan on breastfeeding with them, I'm not gonna lie, but like I had planned to keep them in for as long as possible, but that was not my reality. And I had to take them out because I was swelling and it was causing me so much pain. So that was my first trimester. My second trimester, what I wanted to tell you guys that I left out was that you're awake for now. But what I wanted to tell you guys about my second trimester was that 2 of the mannequin heads ended up being used. So shout out to Flame's auntie. She's a doll face. I remember like whenever, I think it was actually the night before the gender reveal, we had all linked up or whatever, and I was telling them what my plan was, like how I wanted stuff set up and things like that. And she came over to me and she was like, I'm a Taurus and you're a Taurus, so I know how we can be about things, so literally let me know how you want it and I'm gonna do my very best to make it happen. And when I tell you, she was like a busy little bee, like trying to get things right. And she was actually one of the few people who dressed to theme. Like me, her, and Ashley took a picture and it literally looks like we were at a concert, which is what I was going for. So I was super happy about that, so excited and so grateful for her help. So what she did was she took one of the mannequin heads, and I guess for some reason only a certain amount of fruit kebabs got made and we didn't have anything to display the cupcakes. So she got one of the mannequin heads and like either glued it or taped it or something onto a vinyl and made like a platter that way. And I was just like, that is so cute. That was such a good idea. Way to be innovative, way to be creative. Thank you so much. So shout out to you. You know exactly who you are. I'm so grateful for you. What else was in my second trimester? Oh, along with that, like I said, she was one of the few people that actually dressed according to theme. One of Flame's other aunties and her daughter, chef's kiss, their outfits were so on point. So shout out to everybody who dressed on theme. I'm going into Ada out of the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm just gonna put it on my lid. You okay? Like on the outer portion, and kind of bring it into the middle, and we're just fluffing it out and blending. I do the same thing on the other eye. So yeah, those are the things that I left out previously. In my third trimester, where do I even want to start? Let me get my list, because y'all, I be having to take notes. So my third trimester, I took my maternity photos. My homegirl Zan did my hair. It was so cute. She installed it, she curled it, and then the day of the shoot, I got my hair done the day before, and then the day of, she styled it for the shoot. She came, she was kind of my stylist, if you will. I mean, I styled myself as far as like clothes and stuff like that were concerned, but she came up there and literally like did my hair for the shoot. I had rollers in the night before, you know, she was there touching stuff up and all of that. So very sweet of her. She actually got behind the scenes photos and all of that jazz, so we're grateful for her. My photographer was Zachary Robinson. He is my go-to photographer in the Jackson area. So if anybody's watching this and you're from Jackson or live near Jackson, the Tri-County area, I thought everybody was taking a nap. Now everybody's waking up. But yeah, he's amazing. He is my go-to photographer. If I, you know, just don't know who to pick, don't know which way to go, I'm going to always know that I can count on him. So yeah, he's amazing. Every single time he's amazing. I'm gonna dip into Zulu. Is this started? Yeah, I think it's Zulu. Y'all, these color names are rubbing off. And take it on the very outer portion. We're gonna try anyways. He was my photographer, and he's so funny, so easy to work with. He was not rushing us at all, which I love. And he, like I said, it's just so easy to work with, so well mannered, very professional, but funny. Like, you're gonna have a really good time with him. So yeah, I've been working with him for years, okay? And we hadn't seen each other in a while whenever I booked my maternity photos with him. So he was like, oh my god, you know, like, long time no see, and look at you starting a family or whatever. So, and he was very respectful of my wishes of them not being posted until I was ready to do so. And he was like, oh yeah, I would never ever do that. Like, these are really intimate photos at a very intimate time in your life, so I would never, you know, post anything that you didn't want posted. So yeah, amazing, amazing, amazing. Fives all across the board. And like, where that negative space is, we're just gonna enhance it. I'm thinking, I haven't done eyeshadow in so long, y'all. It's crazy. Not like on myself. My baby girl is awake. She's like, girl, you're doing makeup? I'm always here for that. I love it. I love it. And we're just gonna go back and forth with those colors. My camera is picking up one thing, but like in person it's another. So funny. Do y'all hear her? I just love her so much. During my photo shoot, I had this vision of me in a big floppy hat. I had gotten some inspiration off of Pinterest because there was a lot that I wanted to do with my maternity shoot that I had always wanted to do, but it just was not going to happen. It just wasn't, unfortunately. So I went to Pinterest and had to kind of get some inspiration for some things that I can kind of settle on. And so I came across some inspo photos with like this big floppy hat that was very like, you know, not too editorial, but kinda, but super classy and feminine, and I really wanted to do that. I looked everywhere for this big black floppy hat and could not find one that was big enough. Like, I needed it to be huge, like absolutely huge. And it's literally hanging up on the side of my, I don't know, whatever you call this thing, because it's just that big. But the search for it was something insane until one day I was, of course, stressing about it, because what was I not stressing about during the time? And one of my friends was like, did you try Shein? And I was like, girl, no. And she was like, you should try Shein. So went to Shein, y'all, and of course it was there because Shein is like the mecca for pretty much whatever you need. Went on to Shein, literally typed in exactly what it was I was looking for and found it. I'm going in with the Urban Decay Ultimate Basics palette. I think this palette is actually discontinued for whatever reason. Y'all remember what song starts like that? So went on to Shein, and lo and behold, it was like probably one of the first things that popped up. So got the hat, and it didn't even take that long for it to come in, so that was great. Shout out to my friend, because otherwise I would have just been searching on Amazon at that and not getting what what I was looking for. I'm going in with Pregain out of this palette. This palette has like some cool tones and warm tones in it. Well, it really only has like a couple of warm tones, but hey. And I'm gonna put it right in this inner corner. So yeah, glad that I found the hat. What are you doing, girlfriend? Because literally that was like the main focal point in terms of like prop and stuff like that. If I could go back, that would probably be what I would want more of, is like props. But you know, it is what it is at this point. During my 3rd trimester, the swelling that I was telling the doctor about, it was getting really bad, y'all. Like really bad. Like when I tell you, like I could barely fit my work shoes. Like I was wearing Champion Super Melosos and my foot could not fit into my shoes. So I was literally at work pretty much barefoot because I couldn't fit my shoes. Like my feet were hurting so bad. Like I don't even think I can really like get you guys to understand how bad my feet were hurting. Like, and people of course were like, that's what happens when you're pregnant, your back hurts, your feet hurts, you're tired, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, no, my pain tolerance is something insane, you guys, and all of y'all are just blowing off what I'm feeling. And so I was communicating this to my doula, and she was telling me like, you really need to like take a really hot bath, you need to relax. I know that for you right now you have to work or whatever, but my advice, you know, with that being your reality, is for you to relax. Like you really need to relax. You need to get off your feet. You need to go home. You need to be soaking in a bath. You know, you need to be getting catered to. And that just unfortunately was not my reality. So I was just dealing with it, y'all. I knew something was wrong, but everyone that I was telling it to just did not seem concerned. Like, so I was just like, okay, I can't do anything but deal with it. Like, I'm telling the people that I think I should be talking to about this, and no one seems concerned. So just deal with it. Okay. Oof. Whenever I sit down to record, y'all, it is always something. My memory card was full, so I had to make some space. Okay, so the next thing I have on my list is that it was Onyx's birthday. So we celebrated her turning 2. Y'all, time be ticking. Okay, time be ticking. We celebrated her turning 2. Also, during this time, I fell in love with a crib. I will insert pictures, I will insert footage, but this was the crib, and it was pretty, I don't want to say inexpensive, but in terms of the cribs that I was comparing it to, it was the cheaper one. So I got the damn crib. Like, I got the crib, and the thing about it is, like, we got her a bassinet and she hates it. So do with that information what you will. I'm not telling anybody what to do with their kids. I know doctors tell you don't co-sleep or whatever, but I'm a breastfeeding mama. She's a breastfed baby, and she ain't been fucking with that bassinet since she came home from the hospital. Like, she'll take naps in it or whatever. Now here lately she has not, because like I said, she's going through her 4-month sleep regression. So she's been having a hard time sleeping through the night, let alone taking naps in her bassinet. I got the crib though because it was just entirely too cute to pass up. It went with the theme of the room. It went with the theme of the room, and it's just adorable, y'all. I love it so much. It's by Delta Children. I got it off of Walmart.com. And you guys, if you can't find something on Amazon, try Walmart, because Walmart.com is literally just like Amazon, if not cheaper, to be honest. So there's some tea to put in your mug and sip on in the morning time, because babes, it's pretty nice. Y'all should check it out. She's so sleepy and she's fighting her sleep. She's here for the girl talk though, okay? She is here for all the girl talk. Yesterday I went and got my nails done, and when me and my nail tech were just sitting there catching up or whatever, she was literally there for it. Yeah, so I got the crib, I put it together like after work, and y'all, I was so swollen putting this crib together, like so swollen, y'all, so swollen. I also got her dresser during the 3rd trimester off of Wayfair. Don't recommend, okay? It was so cute, but it took forever to put together, and then after we put it together, it still was like all lumpy and wobbly and just, I mean, we got it together, but it's not together perfectly. The drawers don't align. It's just not what's up. I just didn't want to go through the hassle of trying to return it to Wayfair at that. Like if it were Walmart or Amazon or something like that, I would have, but Wayfair, babes, listen, I was not trying to go through all that. Oh, so during this time, like I told you guys, like that swelling was just getting bad, y'all, like really, really bad. And May knew something was going on. Like May was literally like back up my butt again, which she was always by my side throughout my whole pregnancy, but like at this point she was like back up my tail, like whining a lot, not letting me do anything alone. I'm going in with my Fenty Beauty, by the way. Like, let's go ahead and get this foundation on the face, okay? But yeah, she was back to not letting me do anything by myself, whining a whole lot, just wanting to be under me at all times, didn't really want anyone else near me, all the things. So I knew that something was up because I remembered her acting that way before. So yeah, I knew something was up with all that swelling. I knew how I felt internally. I knew that, you know, I was telling people how I felt and everybody just kept wanting to like brush it off and act like it was no big deal. But May being the way that she was just was confirmation for me that something was wrong, like something. And so of course I shared this information with my doula, and she recommended that I speak to a midwife. She was a huge advocate for this midwife that she did a lot of work with. Like whenever she did home births, this is who she worked with, and she was amazing. She was giving me information about what she thought it was, asking me about like my blood pressure and things like that, asked me what I was eating, and was like, from her expertise, I should try to get my medical records from the doctor that I was seeing. And of course they made it extremely difficult because from their perspective, if you're asking for your medical records, they feel like, oh, there's no way that she's just wanting these records for her own personal account, like just to have them type of thing. Like she's getting these records and she's going to go to another doctor, which, you know, spoiler alert, I did eventually. But at this point I wanted them so that I could monitor what was going on with myself and get second opinions from people, because I'm with you guys and I'm telling you guys what I'm going through and what I'm experiencing, and no one seems to really care. So, you know what I mean? Like, what am I supposed to do? Just keep going through this? Like I said, like I couldn't fit any shoes at this point. Like for my birthday, y'all, like my outfit was like, top of me was cute, but the bottom, like I couldn't even fit some sandals that I had. Like, you know what I mean? Like I had to wear these Snook flip-flops for my birthday. Like no. So I start meeting with this midwife like virtually, and that was free. So shout out to my doula, and getting her opinion on things. And she was wondering if like I had high protein and had protein spilling over into my urine, like all these things, asking me about my diet, you know, what I was doing at work. And she even recommended for me to get off of my feet, But of course, during that time, that just wasn't an option for me. I just wasn't able to do that comfortably. So I had to keep working because, like, even though everything was okay in the moment financially, I just know that I had a goal of how much I wanted to have saved up before I went on to maternity leave. And I kind of sort of got that goal. Like, I had it saved up. I just didn't have the amount saved up that I wanted in my savings. Like, I had the dollar amount that I wanted. I just wanted a specific dollar amount in my savings account and a specific dollar amount in my checking account and a specific dollar amount worth of credit that I could, you know, use my credit card, use my debit card, and if I needed to go into my savings account, I could. So that was what I was doing mentally and I guess physically as well. But you know, it didn't necessarily matter at a certain point. I'm going to use the Fenty foundation in the shade 360 and go in as like my first layer of concealer, just a little bit. My girl is sucking on these fingers because she's starting to teeth. So yeah, I'm just going to put a little light layer under my eyes. May definitely knew something was wrong. I'm so grateful that I had her throughout my pregnancy, y'all. Like, I'm sorry if my camera is moving too. I'm trying to like bounce her a little bit. So at certain points in time, like after meeting with the midwife and her telling me, well, actually my doula told me to get a blood pressure cuff. So the midwife was asking if I had one. I told her that I was, and she was like, you need to take your blood pressure all the time. Like, you need to bring it with you to work or whatever. And when you have certain, yes, when the swelling starts to get bad, you need to take your blood pressure. Like, when you notice that you're swelling up a lot more, you need to take your blood pressure. Also, during my 3rd trimester, I lost feeling in my hand, just like randomly at work one day. I was on the phone and I was trying to dial a number and I was like, I cannot dial. Like, what is going on? And then I was trying to write and it was hard for me to even grip a pen. And I like told my manager, who was sitting right next to me, and she was looking at me and she was like, are you okay? And I was like, I am going numb in my hand. And she looked at it and she was like, it does look swollen, which to me it didn't look swollen, but I think that's just because it was my hand. And at this point I had been getting told like to pretty much suppress and ignore by everybody. But yeah, my manager was like, no, your hand definitely looks swollen. So that was the whole thing. And I was just like, what in the world at this point? Like, this is something insane. Like, why am I experiencing all these things? I don't understand. And then I'm experiencing all these things. My doctor is making it seem like it just does not matter at all. Yeah. And the thing about it is, like, people in his office were concerned. Like, the nurses, his front desk lady, like, they were all like, girl, something right. Like, whenever I used to like check out, she would ask, like, you know, what did he say, whatever. And I'm like, girl, he didn't say nothing. He's not worried about it. And she was just kind of like, I don't understand. And I was like, girl, I don't understand either, but you work for him. I'm going in with the Black Opal cream foundation in the shade Hazelnut. And I'm just gonna cream bronze, y'all, in my normal spots. So yeah, it was girl, I just it was ghetto. It was real ghetto. And the thing about it is, like, I don't know why you're in the medical field if you genuinely don't care or feel the need to show your patients that you care, you know? Like, what in the world? So at this point, I start talking to Flame's auntie about it. The same auntie that I told first that I was pregnant, the same auntie who her and her daughter were dressed to theme at the baby shower. That auntie, that's my girl. Yeah, so we reach out to her and tell her what's going on or whatever. And she starts digging and doing her research and things like that, because again, like, I am extremely uncomfortable, and everybody's like, oh, I know you're so ready to have this baby, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, I'm really not. Like, I want her to cook for as long as possible. Like, I wanted to go the full term. I wanted to go 40 plus weeks. I wasn't rushing her at all. Like, girl, take your time. If you need to cook, cook, honey. Bake as long as you need to bake, and develop for as long as you need to develop. Like, I did not want an underdeveloped baby. I didn't care if they were, oh, she'll come out and she'll be fine. Like, I'm sure, okay? I know God is gonna make sure that I have a perfect baby, you know. So Flame's auntie starts like doing her research, and she basically reaches out to, I think she said he's like a friend of hers. I think she said they go to church together too, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, she reaches out to him, and we schedule a consultation. He's a OBGYN, and he seems cool enough to, you know, take on the responsibility of me being his patient or whatever. So of course they need our records from the other office, and I can't remember if it was somebody in his office or my friend that lives in the Carolinas, but somebody was like, you have access to your records, they're just not going to tell you that. So you can go online to, I think it's called like LabCorp or My Records or something, My Files, and see all of your information. So I went to the website or whatever, logged in, created an account, all the things, and I got my information or whatever. It had everything, the test results, like literally everything. So I screenshot all my stuff, girl, gave it to them nurses, and we was up from there. Flame came to the consultation with me. We told him, you know, our experience and stuff, and he was like, yeah, sounds kind of off to me. If you were having these experiences, I don't know why he didn't seem concerned. If you were my patient, I would have been put you on bed rest or whatever. And I just kind of felt good about that. So that was just a consult. They didn't do anything. They didn't take anything from me, take any blood, urine, like nothing. We just sat and we talked, right? So we decided to go ahead and go with him. I call his office, tell them, and we schedule our first appointment. I cannot remember for the life of me when that first appointment was scheduled for. I just used my Conceal and Define. I don't know if I told y'all that already, in the shade F12 if you're new here. I cannot remember for the life of me when that first appointment was, because I didn't record it or anything. And like prior to this, I was recording every single doctor's appointment. So I'm so mad that I cannot remember. I do know it was after my baby shower, I want to say. I think it was 2 days. I think it was 2 days after my baby shower. I think so. I kind of think I'm gonna make my baby shower a separate video, because the girl, oh, my baby shower was like, who, what, I can't even, y'all. I can't even. Anyway, so during my 3rd trimester, I'm still working. Like, we have this consult with him. Okay, same thing, y'all. Memory card. But I went ahead and blended out all of my concealer and stuff like that. So, yeah. She be getting so mad because she's so sleepy. Like, if you guys are going through a 4-month sleep regression, or did go through a 4-month sleep regression, mama, I feel for you, okay? Because it's like, you feel like you finally got into the swing of things, and baby is sleeping through the night, or, you know, has a routine, a nighttime routine, and then 4 months comes along and it's all jacked up again. So yeah, that's kind of like what we're going through. Well, not kind of, it is what we're going through right now. But yeah, I went ahead and blended everything out. What was I saying? Oh, his vibe was a little weird, the new doctor, but it was weird in a sense of like, not the other doctor's vibe. It was weird in a sense of like, he has always been weird. Like, he was weird in high school, he was weird in middle school, he was weird in college. He probably, I hate to say it, was like probably the super nerdy one that didn't get a girlfriend until college or something like that. Like, that was the, and not saying that that was his story, because girl, I don't know, but that's the energy that I got from him. Like, the vibe was very much like, oh, you were the lame kid. You weren't anybody that was like popular, cool to be around, or anything like that. Like, people probably talk to you to get you to do their homework type of thing. That was the energy that I got from him. You know what I should have did while I was already off camera? I should have went ahead and put my lashes on, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that now, okay? Okay, y'all, so let's go ahead and do a final blend and then start setting stuff. So at this point in my final trimester, I'm still working, you know what I mean? And y'all, let me tell y'all, this patient, well, really, she had 2 kids with her, and they weren't patients of ours yet. She was coming in for a consult or whatever, and when I tell you she came in full throttle with the attitude, like, first of all, they came in while the office was on lunch, which at the time we were not allowing people to do that. This lady was banging the door down, like, literally. And there was a sign on the door, like, we had a sign that, like, hey, we're out of the office, you know, due to lunch, we will return at such and such time. But this location that we were at, we didn't really like for, you know, our employees to use the back door, because this location wasn't the location we coming in and out of back doors. It just wasn't. So I guess she felt like, since she saw our employees coming through the front door, that meant the patients could come in, which was so not the case. So she got an attitude, and I'm talking about, was like, why y'all not letting people in, blah 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 blah. So let the lady in or whatever. Y'all, I'm wobbling at this point. Like, I'm literally wobbling. It's hard for me to walk already as it is. So I let her in. Now, my, like, actual manager is not here this day. At this point, they hired an assistant manager. And I'm not even gonna get into that with her. But they hired an assistant manager, and she was there while this is going on. She's not saying anything, y'all. Like, she's literally not saying anything at all. And so this lady's being some type of way or whatever. Her kids, there's a bouncy house in this office. Why? I don't know, okay? And it's not really our home office. We were sharing the office with the people whose office it actually was. So that was their doing, okay? But we put a sign up that the bouncy house was closed whenever we're in office, because kids would literally get on top of the bouncy house, okay? On top of it and jump off of it. We wouldn't be liable for nobody kids hurting themselves. So bouncy house is closed when we're in office. So this lady's kids, she's on the phone, her kids go in there anyways, like, literally move the barricade, you know, and just go in there and are having a field day. So I walk over there and I'm like, hey you guys, the bouncy house is closed for the day. She starts going off. Why are you talking to my MF kids? And I mean, like, this lady is like calling me all out of my name, talking about some, I want to speak to your manager. I was like, oh, she's sitting right here. She's literally sitting right here. Where your manager at, B-word? Where your manager at? Like, I'm talking about calling me all out of my name. Whole time my manager is sitting there not saying anything, not doing anything, not trying to defend me, like anything. So this lady is like yapping, like going ridiculously crazy, okay? And I'm just like, there was a sign there. You weren't watching them. I asked them nicely, I told them nicely that it's not open. The kids weren't even bad or about it. Like, they came on out of there, they were fine, you know what I mean? It was the mom or aunt or whoever she was to these kids. And then she went on to say, you don't even deserve to be pregnant, like I'll beat your ass, like come outside, like all type of stuff, like you don't even know me, you don't even deserve that baby. Like, I mean, just going off, like saying some of the most hurtful things. Do you hear me? And I'm pregnant, I'm huge, I'm in pain, I'm sick, I'm emotional, I'm tired. And the whole time my manager's sitting right here letting this lady talk to me crazy. Like, it's to the point where everyone came from the back and was like, what in the world? Like, so the doctor ended up coming out and she was like, hey, you're not gonna talk to her like that, you can get out. Like, get out, leave, literally. And was like, I want to speak to the manager. And she was like, well, I'm the doctor and you're not gonna talk to her like that, leave, don't come back. Well, we was here for a consultation. That don't make no MF sense that we've been sitting here waiting. She was like, y'all weren't supposed to be in here waiting. We were going on lunch. So, babes, I instantly, like, I go to the bed. I'm having a full-blown anxiety attack, y'all. Like, literally hyperventilating. Like, it's hard to breathe. My chest hurts. I'm sweating like crazy. I'm crying. I'm shaking. So I call my manager. And she was like, hold on 1 second. So she hit me back or whatever. And she was like, yeah, that was the assistant manager that had called me. And I was just like, I don't even get why she called you, because she was up there and didn't say anything, didn't do anything to defend me at all. And she was like, you know, that's not what I was told. I was told that the lady was going off or whatever. And like, I'm shaking, trying to tell her, crying. And she was like, I hate hearing you like this. Like, I genuinely hate hearing you like this. If I wasn't at home, you know, doing X, Y, and Z. She was like, if I was there, you know, I wouldn't have let that happen. But I can't speak on how other people handle things or whatever. I have to be look at things from an objective viewpoint and understand that everybody don't handle things the same. And I'm like, you know what, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. However, that's a no-no for me. Like, it's a no-no that I did not get defended. Like, I can't understand it. You know what I mean? Like, I literally cannot process that at all. I'm going in with this Mary Kay blush. It's just in this color Velvet. I don't even know. I don't know if it's the color Berry. I don't know. It's by Mary Kay though. And I typically don't use Mary Kay, but this color is so pretty for the fall. It looks like this. So yeah, it's gorgeous. I wanted this color on my nails, but my nail tech lost it, so I couldn't get it. But yeah, I'm just gonna put this on as blush. So yeah, so it's this whole back and forth phone call situation, and like, I'm losing it, y'all. Like, I'm shaking, literally losing it. And so we are doing this back and forth because the assistant manager is telling her one thing that is completely different from what actually happened. So I'm like, girl, why are you lying to make yourself look good? Like, talking about she said this, she said that to defend me, and she was backing me up and told the lady to get out. And I'm just like, what? I'm like telling her the story, and she was like, oh, so such and such was up there while it happened, like another coworker. And I was like, yes. And she was like, okay, hold on, let me call her. So she called her, and she was like, and then called me back, and she was like, yeah, well, she literally said what you said happened, pretty much. And I was like, yeah, because that's what happened. And so then she called the doctor and got her side of it, and she was like, yeah, she pretty much said the same thing you did. I just don't get why she would lie about it. And I was like, I get why she lied about it, because she did not have my back in that moment. So she was like, well, what do you need to do? Because right now you sound like you're just, it's not, like, you need to go home. You need to go home. You need to take the day. Just breathe. If you need to take the next day, you can do that. You know, whatever. And she was like, I'll be there tomorrow or whatever. And I told her, I was like, honestly, I cannot sit beside her, because old girl was sitting beside me. And she was supposed to be in helping me the whole day. Actually, I can't remember if my manager was working from home that day or if she was working out of the other location that was in another area. However, I was just like, girl, I can't, I'm telling you, like, sitting here beside her, I can't do it. I can't sit here for the rest of the day beside her and just be super cordial and act like I don't want to slap the shit out of her. Like, it's just not going, it's just recipe for disaster, if you ask me. So she was like, yes, go home, take the day. So I called Flame and asked him to come get me, because I'm losing it, y'all. I'm losing it. So my friend comes back from her lunch break, okay, and I'm sitting in the room with her, because again, I cannot sit by this lady. Like, I'm gonna go off. I'm going into the chocolate palette by Juvia's Place, and I'm just taking this very well loved color that is beyond hidden pan, honey. So I'm just like filling her in on what happened, because I'm telling her, like, I'm about to go home. So she asked what happened. I'm telling her or whatever, and she's just like shook, like, what in the world? Like, how I go to lunch and I miss all of this? I'm like, girl, you lucky that you ain't here. And she was just like, honestly and truthfully, because, you know, I'm not confrontational, but I know I would have did a better job at, like, defending you or whatever, because if nothing else, you're my friend. And I was like, girl, at this point, it's, y'all remember I told y'all about the coworker that was invited to the gender reveal that didn't show up and then was acting some type of way with me and wasn't speaking and all this and that? She even came up and was like, calm down, breathe, like, came to the back room where I was at. She was just like, I hate seeing you like this, just breathe, calm down. Like, if nothing else, we're coworkers, we work together, you know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of anything, like, if you don't like me, you know what I mean, for whatever the case may be, like, girl, you're the assistant manager, be on it, like, be on your shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I genuinely wanted to slap the shit out of this lady. I promise. Flame comes to get me, and I'm telling, because he like, what happened? Because I'm like shaking, I'm crying, like. So he's like, what happened? And I'm like, I can't even tell you right now. Like, I just need you to get here, basically. I'm going back in with my bronzer shades to do my nose, and I'm like, I can't even tell you. And like, with the way that this stuff went down, I don't know if this lady's still gonna be outside when you get here, and I don't want you into it with her. Like, I just want to go home. Like, my manager said I can go home, I want to go home. And so he comes to get me or whatever, and I can't remember, did we eat my favorite food that night? No, what happened was, right before this even happened, I ordered my lunch to be delivered, and so it had got dropped off before Flame came to get me. So when I got home, I got to eat in peace, okay? Like, y'all, I can't even tell y'all the feeling. Like, I can't even make y'all feel what I felt right then. You get me? It was just not what's up. So Flame was pissed off when I told him what happened, and he's just like, I don't get it. And I was like, I don't get it either. I don't get it either. And you know what? Some things just aren't for you to understand. So at that point and on forward, because old girl was still trying to talk to me, and I'm just like, why are you trying to talk to me? Like, don't waste your breath. Literally don't. A hot mess, okay? A hot mess. Like, everybody in the office was like pissed with old girl. And then come to find out, she got fired while I was gone on maternity leave. I remember like calling up there whenever I was told that I was going to be having the baby, and she, like, everybody came to the phone because I called up there on FaceTime, and everybody came to the phone except for her. And I was just like, I'm glad you did. Like, don't even waste your breath talking to me. So yeah, that was crazy. A very crazy time in my pregnancy. And then the 3rd trimester, that, like, girl, I'm just like, what next? Okay, like, what next? My 1st trimester was not great. It was the most peaceful, like I told y'all. My 2nd trimester was all that shit with, if I wasn't pregnant, I would have hit the road to Memphis and been ready to. And to this day, especially now that I have a baby, I won't be in Memphis. Don't invite me to Memphis. Don't ask me if I want to go to Memphis, South Haven, none of that. Like, I don't, don't worry about it. So my birthday came up, and I took the day off for my birthday. The day before my birthday, my job threw this big thing for me and my friend, because my friend that I work with, her birthday is after mine. So our job spoiled us, y'all. Like, it was so cute. They got us a cake, all type of stuff, balloons, like everything. My coworkers that I work with, my friends, our little friend group, they all went in and made this huge basket for me. It was so sweet, like, literally so sweet. No job has done all that for me for my birthday. Like, literally the sweetest thing ever. But I like could not believe it. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. And it definitely made me feel special. It made me feel loved. Me and her both were just like, oh my God, like, the cake that they got for us was definitely us in a cake. It was so cute, y'all. So cute. Oh, I just set with my Milani powder foundation in caramel. But yeah, it was literally so sweet, so cute. I was just like, God, that's so amazing. I'm gonna go in underneath my eyes and do my bottom waterline. Yeah, it was so sweet, y'all. Like, genuinely so sweet. I'm taking Ada and Zulu, just mix them together and go on that bottom waterline, y'all. I got my hair done again on the day of my birthday. Was it the day of my birthday? Yeah, it was the day of my birthday. I got my hair done, and then Flame took me to eat that night at a restaurant called Kate's down here. And they pissed him off so bad, y'all, because he called, made reservations and everything, and like made sure that they were able to accommodate my food allergy, and they told him that they were. And girl, that whole menu was dairy. I just ordered fries because, listen, being pregnant and having an allergic reaction, but yeah, I just ordered fries, and he was so heartbroken about it. Like, when I tell y'all, he was so mad. He was so mad because he really did try. And then he doubled and asked them to make sure that the birthday surprise didn't have dairy. And when they brought it out, it was all type of dairy. Like, literally cake with chocolate and like all type of stuff. And he was like, what in the world? So he asked them to bring out the menu. We looked at it, and I ended up getting, they had mango sherbet or sorbet, whichever one doesn't have dairy, and it was so good. Like, we got so many of them. Like, we ordered probably like 2 or 3 of them because all I had was fries, but it was a huge thing of fries, so I was honestly okay with it. I'm sorry, baby. You did good though. Like, you genuinely did good. I was more upset at the fact that I had to wear flip-flops for my freaking birthday because my feet were so swollen. Like, it was bad. It was so bad, y'all. I'm gonna not talk while I do my waterline. I'm just putting brown in my actual waterline. Look at the difference. Like, look at that. Brown in the waterline, no brown. I love it. We're gonna highlight and wrap this thing up. Yeah, so the day after my birthday was my friend's birthday. So I was off on my birthday. Which was a Thursday. Her birthday was on a Friday, the next day. And I was off on my birthday, which was a Thursday. She was off on her birthday, which was the next day, a Friday. But our Fridays were cut in half, really more than half, kind of. But we got off early on Fridays, and I think at that point it was either 11 or 12 that we got off of work. And she was taking a road trip. So that meant that we weren't going to be able to see each other on our birthdays. So I came up there on my birthday and brought her birthday present to her. Yeah, so on my birthday, I was literally just in the middle of getting my hair done. Well, really, it just got installed, and I told Zan that I would style it or whatever because I wanted to make sure I got to see my girl before, you know, they closed or whatever, and bring her gifts up there. So literally, it was right at closing. I got up there and brought her gift to her, and yeah, she loved it, and I'm so happy that she loved it. That was pretty much my last trimester-ish before we get into my birth story, because like I said, the other half or part 2 that we're gonna do, because at this point we're pretty much done with my makeup, and if I told y'all everything about my baby shower, we would be here for a very long time, because my baby shower was some shit. Okay, let me hurry this up, okay, so we don't have an issue. I hope we don't. So we're going in with the Masquerades palette, y'all. I'm just gonna take an angled brush, and I'm gonna go in with Ada and Zulu and set my blush. I'm gonna put a little over those bronzer spots. We are going to highlight. I did do my highlighter on like my eyes, bridging my nose and stuff, but we're gonna go in with the crayon case highlighter. Again, it's got me in a chokehold, and hit the tops of these cheeks, and then do our lips. I'm going to, what am I gonna do? Originally I wanted to do like a fall maroon lip, but we'll do that a different day. I'm gonna go in with the Play-Doh lip pencil in walnut. I need to sharpen it. And I think I got this from TJ Maxx, if I'm not mistaken, or somewhere like that, Marshalls or something. I'm gonna line my lips. And I hate when lip pencils are like super sharp, but you know, whatever. If this isn't completely perfect, I'm sorry. Lately I've been feeling liner, gloss, and that's it. So I think that's what we're gonna do today. So yeah, I'm just gonna take this random gloss by Lix Cosmetics. I think it's a plumper as well, and just slap it on. I'm gonna set with the Makeup Revolution Infinite Conceal and Define Setting Spray. This is my first time using this, so I will let you guys know how I like it. I'm gonna shake it up. Test the mister. Okay. Y'all, that smells so good. It's a strong scent, but it smells so good. Alrighty, and that's it, you guys. It was fun getting to play in makeup a little bit today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in your comments down below about you guys' third trimester if you're a mom. And again, as always, if you need somebody to talk to, hit up my DMs, girl. I'm always available to listen and talk and have some girl time. Give this video a thumbs up, you guys. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And until next time, I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye.